In terms of Honeywell's overall vision of connectivity, what we do is Honeywell's in a very unique position, we think, as a company. We have lots of mechanical different systems, from APUs to brakes to engines to environmental control systems, all that have to be monitored and maintained and keep the passengers and the aircraft in good working condition and actually provide the propulsion that need to get there or the power needs to get there. And secondly, we also have all the avionics system, which is the interface to the pilot and crew, as well as, if you will, the central nervous system that records all this information on an aircraft. And now the third leg of the stool is the connectivity to put them together. So Honeywell, when you put those three together, I think is uniquely positioned to bring value added and cost savings to those operators, those pilots, and those passengers in all three personas. And it's a really exciting time to work at Honeywell because I don't think anyone else can offer that. Well, I think in connectivity today, Honeywell offers already a great portfolio. You've got our L-band systems, we have our current Aspire systems, our Iridium systems, and we have existing air-to-ground systems as well. So as we move into GX and as more SATCOM systems come online, Honeywell is really offering, I would say, an agnostic connectivity portfolio. We want to be able to connect regionally, globally, anywhere in the world. Once you have that kind of connectivity there, you start being able to do other things, because Honeywell's avionics portfolio, where we collect information, we display information, as well as our mechanical portfolio, where we have lots of maintenance issues or we have to have prognostics, we now can connect mechanical to avionics to our connectivity pipe, and Honeywell can offer, I think, compared to no one else, that entire portfolio. The passenger experience today, obviously there is connectivity today you can get, but I would say it's probably not equivalent to what you're used to in your home or in your office. And a business passenger like myself who's flying kind of wants to have that home office experience or that work office experience. I want a fast connection, I may want to do a video conference or be on a webcast or download a large file, whatever that might be. You can't really do that today. So what we're trying to do with this high-speed connectivity with GX and with our AT&T Alliance for the US is bring that faster experience to that business passenger. In addition, for the commercial passenger or the vacation passenger, or whatever it is, they want to have the social media contacts, they want to be able to talk to their friends, they want to be able to walk from the airport and not have data stop at the door closes. And that's not the way it is today. You're very limited what you can do, and when you do get connected, it's not always as reliable as a home connection, and it's not always as affordable. Honeywell's vision in terms of what we do for the pilot and the crew is more around, in terms of always around safety. So think of weather, for example. The pilots can see today out 160 nautical miles and see the weather and all that, but could they get information from other sources, other aircraft that are up ahead, or from the ground, or can that be merged? And can that be brought up through an electronic flight bag so they can actually see that? And can they get real-time charts and maps? Can they get them more often? Is that going to be helpful to them? Is it situational awareness? There's no substitute for having that safety. And connectivity can give you much of the information in a real-time fashion, and we want to deliver that to the pilot and the crew. One of the key advantages that Honeywell sees for connectivity is in the operation and maintenance sides of things. A lot of money is spent every year by maintainers to pull equipment off, repair it, send it for R&O, and many of those are done on, I would say, regular repair cycles, kind of like taking your car in for an oil change. So if you're every 3,000 miles, you're supposed to take your car in. Your car doesn't really know if it was drove on a regular road or was drove off in the middle of the desert. You're still going to go every 3,000 miles. Maybe if you went in the desert, you probably would have maybe wanted to go in at 2,000 miles. Maybe if you're on a regular road, you didn't go to 5,000 miles. That same analogy applies to maintaining an aircraft, where if you know exactly how it's been used, where it's been flown, how it landed, how often, what the temperatures were, you can do predictive maintenance that saves cost and avoids unnecessary maintenance to an aircraft to help the bottom line for an operator. That to us is a huge initiative. And since we have many of these components ourselves, we'll start with those. But we also want to offer this to third parties out there, since Honeywell will be developing this ecosystem to monitor their parts as well. And that can make even a better component or a better future product out of it, with having this real-time feedback information on how that is used for a maintainer. Honeywell's overall vision for the connected aircraft is an aircraft really becomes a node in the sky. Kind of like an internet node you have your home today or your building, whatever it is, and you can access that information, albeit in a very secure way, in a safe way, but be able to access information for the maintainer or the crew or give them information. If I'm flying around, I want an updated map and I'm part of the crew that I couldn't have got while I was on the ground. Now I can get through connectivity, I can get that real time. Or can I get real-time weather information that's 1,000 miles ahead long before I even within my own field of view because I'm connected to a more global network. So we see this as the ability to push and pull information off of an aircraft, both air to ground and through satellites or whatever that might be, or while you're on the ground. And that way you then become part of an ecosystem of aircraft for a whole fleet, or you even get into crowdsourcing of information. You think about the Internet of Things that are supposed to come for a lot of commercial companies today are doing for smart refrigerators, whatever it is, there's no difference, except we're going to move that into the aircraft for smart avionics, smart mechanical, and smart connectivity.